Hey everyone. So Wednesday the 6th of April, and it's a green day. It didn't look like it was going to be a green day. It looked like it was going to be another red day. And we were streaming live this morning, and the market was very choppy. The pre-market, the wider markets were selling off. And I think I've used the word market too many times already, but the wider markets were selling off. We had the NASDAQ selling off. We had the Dow selling off. We had the S&P selling off. It was a bloodbath. All of the large cap stocks were, in the red quite considerably. From a low cap stocks perspective, there wasn't really any gappers with, notable volume. Well, there was one, which was ADN. And it was a very low value stock. It was a little over $3 a share. It had very high volume, but not much range. So it wasn't very volatile in terms of the range. So pre-market was pretty much a no-go. I tried to see if I could get a continuation with SBFM from yesterday, and I gave that 20 cents, and that was a no-go. So it was very difficult. We actually made 4 trades within the first half an hour of the market opening. And every one of them went against it. We were looking for breakouts, and we got faked out a bunch of times. We were at almost $2,500 in the red, and I was like, okay, the market is just too choppy. It's moving sideways. It's not moving up with any kind of momentum. It's not moving down with any kind of momentum. It's just a sideways choppy market. So we cut the stream, and I just went back to ADN and traded that for a little bit, and that was kind of. I recorded the trades, and I traded that for a little bit. And when we were down a little over $1,000 on ADN, and we managed to get back green, not just on ADN, but we got back green on the day, just ever so slightly. And then I took the dog for a walk, as I like to do. So then I came back shortly after kind of 4, 5 o'clock my time, sort of in lunchtime. Market time. Now, it's usually a quiet time on the markets, is lunchtime. The volumes died down, and I was just going to do a quick trade summary, record the trade summary for what went on in the morning, what went wrong in the morning. And we saw SBFM was making its run up. So we watched for it to break a key level, a bit of a pullback. It consolidated at a key level and then moved up, and it continued to move up, and we jumped on and made a lovely bit of profit. So we made over 54% today on our equity position, and the majority of that was with SBFM. So I'll walk through that particular trade. I'm not going to go into all the trades. We made 5 trades in total, and 3 of them were profitable, but SBFM was the main one, and I just want to show that one because it's significant in terms of the move up, and we got on it at a very early stage, and we were able to ride it all the way up. So that was kind of a saving grace for us. I was actually ready to throw in the towel on the day, but sometimes you've got to be fortunate. It only takes one stock, and today it was SBFM. Enjoy the trade review, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. Hey everyone, so we've had an $8,000 day, nearly a $9,000 day on a $12,000 account. So a phenomenal day, an absolutely phenomenal day. And the big culprit was SBFM. So SBFM started moving yesterday on, it was a cancer catalyst. And it was a really good catalyst, and we managed to make a profit on it yesterday, this particular ticker, although yesterday wasn't a great day for us. We were a little over, I think, $916 net profit yesterday, and the majority of our gains went in fees and charges. So it was very choppy yesterday. Today proved no different, but SBFM saved our bacon, and it really did. So if we look at, well, I'll just zoom out a little bit so we can see what's actually happened here. So this dotted line here is the yesterday's market closing price, and we saw it was kind of consolidated. It was up, it was down, it was up, it was down, and we saw that this was, it was difficult for us to read this. If I go back to where the market actually started, you can see how choppy it is. It was a very choppy day across the board, even at the open. So we tried to get in for the highs here. We lost money here to start off with. It was very choppy, very sideways. It wasn't really moving with any particular direction, but it was very sideways. Anyway, we recognized that this was a key level here. $6 psychological level. It was a key level yesterday. It was another key level today. So we're watching this as we came back from walking the dog. We saw that there was actually a increasing volume came up, and it hit the scanners in terms of the kind of 15 minutes that prior to me getting an entry, that it was up. So it moved up, it went green on the day again, and then it had this little pullback. So I thought, okay, well, let's watch it. Let's see what the volume is. And we saw that the volume was it came in quite well there. So we got the volume came in, it pulled back again and tested $6 of support. So that's when I got back in for the break of $6 here. We went in for 5,000 shares. It kind of started to range sideways, and at first my first thought was I've just been faked out again. But then I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to give it kind of 10 cents. And we were in for, we got in at 604, and I was kind of looking at 594 as the exit point. So it actually went down. We didn't get out at 594. It went down to as far as kind of 588. And then it started to pop back up, and we saw this volume coming in. So that was the trigger for me, was watching the volume coming. So we actually added, and we went pretty much maximum size at this stage, so 10,000 shares. So we were over 60,000, well, approximately $60,000 worth of equity in the position at this stage. And it moved up. We didn't take profit. We were looking for a kind of 20 cent move, take some profits and move up. It started ranging again. I'm like, okay, well, if it drops below 590, I'll just put it down to a bad day and we'll come back tomorrow and start all over again. But it didn't. This time, it came down, and then it started to move back up again. And we got volume coming in here. See the volume histograms down here? We got the volume coming in. So we took our first profit. See, we're in for 10,000. We took 5,000 off here at 626 is where we got filled. Then we added back at 645 and took that off immediately. So all we were doing there was taking half of the profit. We were keeping the size, but taking half the profit. So we added that back straight away, and then we moved back up, and we did exactly the same thing again at the $0.75 level at 675 here. Then when we got up here towards $7, we broke through $7, and we added for the break of 705. We wanted to get some confirmation on the break of $7, but it started to push up, so that's when we actually added there, and we actually got filled at 710. And then it pulled back. We've got the cushion here from our earlier entry. It pulled back to 690s, and it moved back up again, and then pulled back, moved back up again, and we saw that we had this, support level, key support level, 690. It tapped about 4 or 5 times, and then it decided it was going to make another move up. So it moved up again, and that's when we took our position. We actually did exactly the same thing that we had been doing. Here at 767, we added and took back 5,000 shares. So we're just taking half of the profits off. So we were a 5,000 position, we add to 10,000 and take 5,000 off. So we're locking in the profits. And we wanted to see if this would test $8. It went up to kind of 789, didn't actually break the 790 level, and then it started to come back. And I thought, okay, well, we're still in for 5,000 shares at this stage. So what we'll do is we'll hold this. We'll hold this for next candle to make a new low. And guess what? The next candle to make a new low was here. And I thought, no, okay, hang on. We'll hold this for break even. So that's essentially what we did. after we added up here, our break even was here at it was 736 is where we got out. Fantastic trade. When we were up here, we were kind of over $8,000 on the trade, nearly $8,500 on the trade. Then it came back, and we actually exited a little over break even. So we finished the trade 7,700 good. For me, that's a win, an absolute win. Didn't expect it to move so much in such a very short period of time. The markets were very, very choppy. We can see that it's not done anything since. It's just been kind of up and down and rangy sideways since. So yeah, I'm glad we got in there. It's been kind of selling since then, moving sideways, very choppy like the rest of the market was. So rather than try our luck, I've decided I'm not going to do what I did before and give back the profits. We're finishing the day 8,800 up, and that's where it's going to stay. So we'll be starting tomorrow almost $20,000 equity. So happy days. So tomorrow we'll be back at it again 2 hours before market opens. If you enjoyed the trade review today, remember to smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell. That will remind you in the morning before market opens that when I do go live, you'll get the notification. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. Be happy to answer questions in the comments. And if you want to learn how to trade the way I do, check out the link in the description. See you soon.